Dawn's beauty, Ella's mom's memory, and with that gesture, Ella knew that she had found her champion. Together, they would face the storm and emerge stronger for it. The whispers of the wind had led her to this moment, and she was ready to embrace the future that awaited her beyond the cold embrace of the watchtower. Her father, a man of quiet dignity and fierce loyalty, had worked tirelessly to win her release. The less rigid villagers, those who still remembered the warmth of youthful passion, had rallied to her cause. They had seen the love in Wally's eyes and the hope in hers, and they knew that the world was not always as black and white as the pages of the priest's holy book. Ella's chains fell, freeing her. When she was finally allowed to leave the tower, the cold embrace of the night air was a stark contrast to the warmth of the bakery she had known all her life. Her father's arms enveloped her, his strong embrace the balm she needed to heal her bruised soul. The whispers of the villagers followed her, but she held her head high, the chains she had borne now a testament to her strength rather than her shame. Ella's shame clanked, heart pounding. Her clothes, torn and torn from her ordeal, clung to her like a second skin, revealing the swell of her belly. Villagers watched her, pity and admiration mixing. She could almost feel her mother's presence, a gentle smile brushing against her cheek as she stepped over the threshold, the warm embrace of home wrapping around her like a well-worn blanket. The months passed, and as the village prepared for the Yuletide festivities, Ella felt the first flutterings of life within her. The days grew short, and the nights grew long, but she was not alone. Wally's visits had become a beacon of warmth in the cold winter months, his whispers of love and promises of a life together, a balm to her weary spirit. The villagers had begun to see her not as a sinner, but as a symbol of resilience, a reminder that even in the harshest of climates, new life could flourish. Finally, the day arrived. The cottage was filled with the warm glow of candles, and the comforting scents of herbs and freshly baked bread. The midwives had come, their faces lined with experience and their eyes filled with kindness. They knew the whispers of the wind as well as any of them, and they understood that life was not a simple tapestry, but a complex web of choices and consequences. Wally, father paced frosty ground. Each contraction that racked her body was a battle cry that echoed through the night. And with each scream, they felt the tension coil tighter. And when the shrill cry of the newborn pierced the stillness, they knew that the whispers of fate had been heard. Brown eyes, red hair, a waiting embrace. The warmth of new life filled her soul, and she knew she had been granted a second chance. The whispers of the wind had brought her to this moment, and she vowed to listen to them always, to follow the path they laid out before her. For in the quiet moments between the gusts, she heard the whispers of love and hope, the promise of a future where she and her child would be free to live without fear of judgment. They named her Daffodil, a nod to the fiery spirit that had bloomed within her during her months of confinement. Highland beauty, untamed splendor. Her cheeks were rosy and plump, her laughter as bright as the sun that painted the hills each dawn. Her parents watched her with a fierce pride, their hearts swelling with every step she took towards the world they had once feared to embrace. Ella had returned to the bakery, her touch as gentle and skilled as ever. But now, the sweet scent of bread mingled with the tart aroma of sheep's milk. Wally's flock enriched the bakery. Their cottage, a testament to their love and resilience, stood at the edge of the village, a bastion of warmth and light amidst the sprawling pastures. Daffodil claimed her root, laughing. The flask of whiskey remained a constant companion, a silent reminder of the nights her mother had spent in the watchtower, the warmth of its contents a declaration of her independence and her lineage. Each swig she took was a toast to the love that had endured the harshest judgments and the coldest winters. Whispers grew into a village-changing girl's legend. The whispers of the wind carried her story to the far corners of the highlands, inspiring others to challenge the rigidity of their traditions. Daffodil grew into a young woman, her spirit as fiery as her mother's, and her love for Wally as steadfast as the mountains that loomed over their home. The whispers grew quieter as the years rolled by, but they never disappeared. They remained a gentle hum that reminded the villagers of the power of love and the strength of the human spirit. And when Daffodil's laughter could be heard over the din of the tavern, her glass of whiskey held high in victory, they knew that the whispers had found their resting place in the heart of a girl born from the very essence of their village's soul.